everybody? Brickhouse here on a Wednesday. Happy hump day to everybody. Aaron Rodgers seems to not disappoint when he's on the Pat McAfee show. Yesterday, and I did a video about this yesterday, he made some comments in response to the Jimmy Kimmel monologue from Monday night in Jimmy Kimmel's show. That was a response to Aaron Rodgers' comments a week ago yesterday on the Pat McAfee show. And is that ever going to be over? Probably not. You're talking about big egos, and somebody's going to think they have to get the last word in. But I digress. This video is about what else Aaron Rodgers said on the Pat McAfee show yesterday. We know about the public spat that Pat McAfee has with Norby Williamson, who is the number 3 at ESPN. Thankfully, Pat McAfee doesn't have to report to Norby. In fact, he's got Jimmy Pitaro, and I think it's I know the guy's last name is Magnus, that Pat was hanging around with this past weekend in Indianapolis, and then at the national title game on Monday night. So you thought that was all said and done? It's not. Aaron Rodgers had to chime in. And Aaron, and I'm going to play the clips, had a couple of things to say. So here's the first clip.
I'm excited to hear if this is over now and we move along, because it was on Today's Show this morning. Nice. Today's Show was like, Aaron's going to answer this afternoon. Stay tuned. I was like, all right, great to be a part of this.
People actually watched the clip, and how many people just saw a headline? I don't think Mike Foss watched the clip.
Okay, Aaron is referring to another ESPN executive, Senior Vice President Mike Foss. I don't know where he stands in all this, but, you know, Aaron being Aaron had to just bring his name up for some reason.
I don't know who that is. I don't work for you, Mike.
I think you told, I don't know if, maybe
what
it's
part of
how
his book did you not like, Aaron? Which part of it did you not enjoy?
Made a dumb and factually incorrect joke.
You thought it was a pretty smart, good one.
I mean, I feel like I made a statement about.
Now, what he's referring to there is the statement that Aaron Rodgers made about Jimmy Kimmel a week ago yesterday on the Pat McAfee show. And if you look at Pat, he's just like, oh, here we go. And Aaron's just gonna be Aaron.
You know, not wanting to be on a list to come out, but
it was a callback to February.
We all realized that in the moment. What did you say? What are you talking about? Let's move on, man. Come on.
All right, we would like to let you know. Excited for you to meet Foss in person someday. Foss right now is sitting on an airplane watching this. Just
I took all his clothes off.
Oh my God! Oh, he's sweating. I assume. Yeah. You wait till you meet Foss. This one.
So that's the first one that I've got, where Aaron's referencing some comments that Mike Foss made in the public, referencing Aaron's comments about a certain list that Jimmy Kimmel was supposed to be on. Well, then, this is where Aaron Rodgers decides to bring up Norby Williamson again to Pat McAfee.
And that's the other part of it is that people are insanely jealous of this show because you guys have changed the way that they do media, and that's why there's the Norbies of the world and the slanderers of the world who. And this is me talking. This is
we know.
Mm-hmm. Nobody wants to be.
Now Pat's looking a little uncomfortable there. And it's probably because he was told to tone it down a little bit after last Friday's comments and then the comments on his show Monday before the national title game. So Pat's looking a little uncomfortable there. And if I was, he's in no danger of losing his show. He's in no danger of ESPN cutting him. Again, he's got the support of the top 2 guys at ESPN. He's not worried about the number 3 guy who's been there for ever. 40 years. Could you imagine staying someplace for 40 years?
Nobody's clamoring to be on those other shows. It's just the truth. Nobody's clamoring to be on the other shows. You know, the other shows don't have. They can't go first ballot Hall of Famer, first ballot Hall of Famer, greatest college coach of all time on back-to-back days. They just can't. You know, they're celebrating where they can get somebody who goes on one of those shows to pitch something. That they're working on. This show gets the best of the best, and it does a different way with positivity. Not just one person attacking one side or one person attacking the other side. Let's go back and forth and say some of the craziest shit ever. And listen, I respect the opinions of actually some of those people on some of those shows, but this is the new way. A lot of people are trying to do it, and obviously they're jealous of it. The old guard is not having it, so they want to slander you because you're giving me this dangerous spreader of misinformation.
All right, so he's talking about the old guard. Obviously, he's talking about Norby Williamson. And I will say this. Aaron is right. Linear TV, cable TV is dying. It's slowly deteriorating. The ad revenues are not there for these companies like ESPN, like USA Network. And so they have to find other ways to get to the people. And one of those other ways is to stream. Even though the only streaming service that made money last year was Netflix. Supposedly, Peacock did. It's part of Comcast. But I digress.
The platform on your show. So I hope you guys don't take it personally. I hope the upper ups know that this is that people actually have a little more affinity for ESPN now because the Pat McAfee show is on, and because of you boys and everybody that works on the show. Because if it's gone, we're all gone. Well, the people who are over here watching this show, they're gonna be fucking watching it back on YouTube.
Aaron, thank you for everything you said. And I assumed at some point you were going to feel obligated to go to bat for us because that's literally how you.
I don't feel obligated. It's the opportunity. It's an opportunity because obviously I know you guys personally and been on the show for a number of years now. Part of that was COVID MVP years, which I'm thankful for the platform to do this because we had some crazy conversations. Obviously, we had a ton of people when I made my decision that
top 10 stream in the history of the internet. That particular thing.
And people,
So there's that clip. And again, Aaron's not wrong. But then the piece de resistance, he decides to dump on ESPN.com. Why would he do that? Well, because, I'll just let him explain it to you.
Gumpy's the one that has to watch a clip in real time and be like, do we have to add context to this? What do we do here? Did not put the Friday one out. That was on internet. The other people did hear that though. for yours last week. There's been a couple maybe that have kind of gone, but boy, when other people, that's when the internet starts doing its thing. Because you set the tone with the words, you know. Like I think I saw Elon Musk said that video views are up like 100x or something like that. And he's going to say that right now as he's trying to build up his company back to being worth something. But a lot of those videos, if they're longer than 15 seconds, people aren't watching that entire thing. They're banking on whatever is being said in the tweet or in the post.
It's got to be as inflammatory as possible. That's what ESPN.com has done forever. You got 8 words to do a headline.
Just ESPN.com.
There you go. Aaron mentions ESPN.com in a derogatory way, and Pat just can't help but start coughing and thinking, "Oh crap, what have I got myself into here?" Aaron, why did you go there? I mean, I get the Jimmy Kimmel stuff. I get the stuff on what I said, but why in the world did you mention ESPN.com?
Well, no, I mean, that's what I'm saying. Like, ESPN is the sports leader. Like, nobody's watching shows on other networks. Like, it's ESPN.
Well, we found that out when something very terrible was said right in the middle of one of those episodes. And then just the next day's show was still good. No
one cared.
It's like, well, there's nobody watching that show apparently.
Man.
But it's the truth. They're watching it. They're watching on this network.
Imagine when you did that.
Right now? Could you imagine?
Good night, nerds.
Oh. Anyways, we appreciate your compliments.
So there you have it. I mean, my opinion, Aaron's got a big pair of cojones for not only the Jimmy Kimmel stuff, but the little back and forth between Pat McAfee and the Rat, and then bringing up what ESPN.com does and their tactics on how to draw people in. So I'll leave it up to you guys. What do you guys think of all this? I mean, a lot came out of yesterday's Pat McAfee show segment with Aaron Rodgers. While you're at it, please take the time to smash that like button. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And thank you to the nearly 15,000 of you that have subscribed in the last 12 months. Hit that notification bell so you don't miss a video. And with that, I will see you later.